A while ago, I invited a pirate named Guybrush Threepwood and his wife Elaine to celebrate their honeymoon here on the Sea of Thieves.
You mean a fraud named Guybrush Threepwood? Though I'd also accept liar, imposter, figurehead thief.
Guybrush accepted my invitation, but his ship never arrived. After a while, I began to fear the worst. So I began making inquiries in the Sea of the Damned.
And found me stuck there, sailing in circles in my old glass-bottomed boat. Something that looked like it anyway.
A memory of yours made real by the Sea of the Damned. In that realm, people and places from long ago can come back to haunt you, mingling with all the hopes and dreams in your heart. I fear that Guybrush has become trapped in memories of his own. Memories of a distant pirate sanctuary known as Moke Island. If he is not rescued, he will remain sealed in a dream world for all eternity, surrounded by fragments of his past. That is why I have asked Kate to recruit pirates who are both willing and able to broach the Sea of the Damned and save Guybrush.
And then everybody here will see what a pathetic dope he really is. It's a good plan. Think they can pull it off?
I believe they can. Kate learned of Guybrush's whereabouts, but was never able to reach him. You will be sailing into uncharted territory. On Moke Island, things may be very different from the Sea of Thieves you know.
Which is why you should take my logbook. But don't lose it. Once Threepwood has been rescued, I'm going to make him eat every last page.
You should keep an open mind, Kate. Out here, enemies can enter the same tavern and depart as friends.
When it comes to Guybrush Threepwood, I don't need an open mind. Only a closed fist. Well, don't just stand there. Sail through that archway and find Threepwood. The logbook I gave you has everything you need to know.
dear diary. Wow, what an incredible end to an amazing adventure. I outwitted the evil pirate LeChuck, caused an avalanche, kinda, and lived to tell the tale. Even better, Elaine and I finally got married, and all of our friends were there too. I don't think we've ever been happier. Now all we have to do is set a course and begin our honeymoon, sailing on the Sea of Thieves. To get there, we have to pass through the Devil's Shroud. Elaine says it's no big deal so long as we follow the map, but I don't know. I miss seeing the stars. I had the nightmare again. I wake up in our cabin. Elaine is gone. And at the end of my bed, LeChuck is there, laughing at me. And it's crazy, I know. I left him buried back on Monkey Island, but why does it feel so real? I can almost hear the laughter. But when I did get back to sleep, I had a very different dream. I was back where it all began, on my quest to become a legendary pirate. Back at the start of my very first adventure.
Ahoy there, stranger. New in town? Why, this is the world-famous Moke Island, of course. Home to some of the filthiest rogues and rascals you'll ever cross paths with. Though if I were you, I'd not stray too far beyond the village. The weather's taken an awful turn tonight. A stranger could get lost in that pea soup. Oh, plenty of places to spend your pieces of 8. Though I'd wager most will be closed at this hour. Except maybe the general store. That old skinflint never sleeps. Then there's the old jail, the church. But if you ask me, there's nowhere better than this very pub. Why not sit for a spell and soak it all in?
Where's that blasted cook? Me crew and I are parched drier in Boulder Beach.
Come to share a table with me? Come to share a table. Aye? Aye.
Leave me be! I'm too thirsty for small talk.
Is that fresh meat I spy? Tremble, mortal, before the mighty skulls of scum.
It's been longer than a rat's tail since I last set me sockets on a would-be pirate. Though I could swear we've crossed paths before. But never mind all that. You'll be here to undertake the 3 trials, I think.
The 3 trials!
Aye, that takes me back. I want to be a mighty pirate. Where do I collect me hat?
Well, if you're here to prove your worth to us, too bad. We're no longer in charge around here.
Aye, and what would be the point? There's not a pirate wannabe alive who could hold a candle to the legend of Moke Island.
No, please, not the speech again.
The mightiest pirate ever weigh anchor.
Scourge of the Caribbean, terror of the Tri-Island territories, master of 1,000 insults.
A man who could hold his breath for 60 minutes.
Governor
Guybrush Threepwood.
Ah, all that toasting of the governors made me thirsty.
Time for some more grog. Grog, 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 grog.
Hey, you shouldn't be back here. Because it's the rules, that's why. Customers stay out front, where they can't mess everything up. Oh, right. Well, I guess you can look around. But don't touch anything. I'm trying to work on a signature dish. I want something fiery and hearty. Tough, yet tender. Just like the legend of Moke Island himself. Too bad I'm still missing one of the ingredients. I've got my eye on you.
Hey, you leave that skull alone. He's got a job to do.
What business do you have with us now? Speak.
I am Murray, the demonic talking skull. All pirates here.
Ha! Pay no attention to that blowhard. He left his marauding days behind, along with his body.
At least I can remember my own name, not like some other skulls I could mention. And one day I shall return to the waves to unleash a new reign of chaos.
Sure you will. But for now, we provide what you might call the in-house entertainment. Telling jokes, hurling vile insults at pirate wannabes, and enthralling folks with tales of skullduggery and misdeeds.
I'm just here for the insults. You stink, ugly.
We're still workshopping some of our material. Aye, that they be. They've got their own pirate lord nowadays. And his name is Governor Guybrush.
I told you not to use his name. It gives me a toothache.
You'll have to forgive Murray. He and the governor had a falling out a while back. Something to do with a missing arm.
Missing? It was an act of theft and wanton dismemberment, and one day I shall exact my demonic vengeance. Of course, these gullible fools may think of him as a legend, but I am not deceived. I have spent years plotting my retribution. However, the customers and I have formed an eternal bond. They will never let me leave, not unless someone can provide a replacement.
What be ye wanting?
Back again? Your persist decided to chance your luck with the governor's guards, eh? Well, you can't miss the place. Head up, through town, and through the archway below the clock tower to find a cliffside path that'll take you straight to the governor's doorstep. You might think so, but the fact of the matter is that the guards will turn you away unless you've got an official invitation. Now, I don't know where you'd go about acquiring such a thing, but there's one particular citizen whose specialty is finding what you need. You mean purveyors of tea, silks, that sort of thing? We don't allow them to operate here on Melee. The pirates gotta eat, though, so we do take in shipments of goods from other islands. One of them sank at the docks just the other day, in fact. Ha! What do I look like, a merchant? All I know is the governor keeps this place running just fine. We're never wanted for supplies. If you're peckish and low on funds, you could always find a fishing rod. See if you can't catch some supper that way.
Back so soon? You've plenty of questions, I'll be bound. Tests by which a pirate might prove themselves worthy of the title. There were 3 to be faced, spread across Melee Island. Trouble was, once word began to spread about the legend of Moke Island and all that he'd accomplished, the trials looked pretty feeble by comparison. That we did, but no matter how dangerous, deceitful, and despicable the trials became, not one of them held a candle to the governor's heroic deeds. Eventually, nobody could manage to complete the trials, and the whole system was abandoned. Better to seek the governor's blessing.
What be ye wanting? What's the matter? You got seawater in your ears? Let me spell it out for you. Governor Threepwood is our legend of Monkey Island. He's been everywhere, seen it all, and stolen most of it. Adventures the rest of us can only dream of. The only way you'd be considered a true pirate is if the governor himself declared you to be worthy of following in his footsteps. Ah! Oh, you think so? You can't just stroll up to the governor's door and challenge him to a spitting contest, you know. But there is one way. A man in town can be your ticket to an audience with the governor, but his help surely won't come cheap.
Ahoy there, stranger. New in town?
You lost? Well, then you come to the right pirates. We know pretty much everything that happens here on Moke Island.
Oh, those poor doggies. I can't help it. There's just something about these guys that cracks me up.
Let me guess. Another pirate wannabe looking for easy answers. Well, let me tell you something. We love pirate wannabe. Let me guess. Another pirate wannabe looking for easy answers. Well, let me tell you something. We love pirate wannabes looking for easy answers. Let me guess. Another pirate? I highly doubt it. The governor hired a man to wind the mechanism, but most days he falls asleep in the scum bar and forgets. He's going to lose the clock tower key one of these days, and then, well, I suppose not much will actually change around here. It's always grog o'clock. Ah, night owl, eh? Well, the general store's a little ways down the high street, but the storekeeper charges a pretty penny for his wares. Well then, here's a little tip from me to you. Pirates can't help but squirrel away their spare change. It's sort of what you might call one of those compulsive reflexes. You should check all the crates and barrels you find. You never know when you'll stumble upon someone else's pieces of eight.
Yikes! Don't sneak up on me like that. My job, that's what. I'm the official lookout of Melee Island, appointed by Governor Squinky Thriftweed himself. It's my job to keep an eye out for storms, incoming ships, and so on, and report them directly to the governor. Well, usually his guards nowadays. Your ship. No offense, but that's barely a rowboat compared to the sort of ships made famous by the legend of Monkey Island. The Sea Monkey. Well, now, that was a ship worth talking about. A fearless crew, a gallant captain, and the largest cereal supply you've ever seen. I don't so much care for chatting with the folks in town. Most of them just sit around telling tales about the legend of Monkey Island. I'd just as soon tend them a fire and stay out of trouble. But if you're looking for excitement, you should stop by the Scum Bar if you haven't. Here's a little free advice, though, chum. Stay out of the way of the governor's guards. No, I know they may seem harmless, but... Nope, I don't trust them. Not one bit. You what? A ship, you say? Ooh, this could be serious. What's with this useless thing, anywho?
Sorry, but these items here, they're display models, not for sale. Hey, it's not my fault these Legend of Monkey Island action figures are hot property. My latest shipment got sunk down at the docks just as it arrived. Oh, then you need an exclusive Legend of Monkey Island meet and greet ticket, one of which I just so happen to have. Only one in existence, but I can tell just by looking at you that you can't afford such a sought-after item. Maybe we can work out some kind of deal. Tell you what, If you can bring me my missing cargo, I'll not only give you the ticket free of charge, I'll be able to sell you some other mementos. Deal? Deal. Now, get going.
I don't think so, stranger. This ain't Wally's Duff Map shop no more, and that means it's off limits to the likes of you. Gubernatorial guards only. And since I don't see no uniform, and you also look like you're alive, I'm thinking that means you ain't exactly a guard. So sing your hook.
Wait just a second. By order of the governor, mischievous potions and all forms of mojo magic are now banned here on Melee Island. That means this shop is permanently closed for business. Get it? Now move along. And where do you think you're going? Yeah, you and everyone else on the island. The governor's mansion is off limits to anyone who hasn't got an official invitation. Especially unwanted. If you can't show me something to prove you're expected, you can turn right back around and skulk off like all the others.
Are you a visitor?
It's been so long since I've had anyone but Captain Coco to talk to. Oh, there was a little misunderstanding after I came back from Monkey Island. I came in a little too fast and smashed up the jetty pretty bad. But it wasn't my fault! You ever try to sail a galleon crewed entirely by monkeys? They emptied out my bananas, ran off, and left me to take the blame. Sure have. But it's okay. I'm good friends with the legend of Monkey Island. I was even on his crew once. I'm sure he'll be along to let me out, just as soon as he's finished his important, governor stuff. Yep, anytime now. And it's not like I'm alone this time. Captain Coco and I keep one another company. If he didn't have me to talk to, he'd have lost his mind by now. That would be great! But I don't know how you would. The sheriff has all the keys, and I haven't seen him since the governor's guards moved in. I don't know, Otis. Those locks look pretty rusty. I bet you could blow them wide open. That is a great idea! Captain Coco, you are a certified genius! Oh, shucks, you say the nicest things. Good luck!
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Want to see something hilarious? There's a pack of piranha poodles in this alley that can't stand the sound of this thing. Watch. Oh, what's the matter? Can't you reach your lovely bony tendons? All right, that's enough, you mangy mutts. Go lay down. I said that's enough. We guard the governor now, not you pathetic pooches. So get used to it. Now move along and don't start any trouble. I'm on break. Hey, get your own snacks, you thieving pirate wannabe. Those'll burn a hole in your tongue.
Sorry, but these items... Hey, it's not my fault. Oh, then you need an exclusive, but I can tell just by looking at you. Tell you what, if you can bring me my missing... Hey, it's not my fault these... Oh, then you need an exclusive... Hey, it's not my fault these Legend of Monkey Island action figures are hot property.